Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. The XRP community has uncovered yet another impropriety having to do with the SEC. We've now learned that, well, Billy Boy Hinman, former director at the SEC, was working at the SEC, the division that he ran, the division of corporate finance. That division gave preferential treatment to a company that was a client of his law firm, Simpson Thacher. And in that company that was given this preferential treatment was building on top of, guess what blockchain? Ethereum, that's right, you guessed it right. You get a gold star and a cookie. Need some milk? And also, this firm, which got the preferential treatment, building on top of the Ethereum blockchain, they also joined, can you guess what they joined? Can you guess what organization they joined? Huh? The Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. That's right, you get another gold star and another chocolate chip cookie. Good job out there. And also, I want to share with you just part of what our new comments from SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce, who is definitely not on board with Kim Jong-Gensler's draconian approach to regulating the crypto space. I'm going to share with you some of what she had to say. But before going any further, I do want to be clear that I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. And so credit where it is due. XRP community member Stefan Huber tweeted out the following with 3 screen grabs. He wrote, "Body upon body upon body upon body upon body. Bill," meaning Bill Hinman, "has left behind a graveyard, a non-action letter for a Simpson Thacher client to use tokenized payments on Ethereum. Another favor for his Simpson Thacher and Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. As if the free pass and all the other stuff we found wasn't enough." Yeah, isn't that crazy? So I'm telling you, the XRP community is freaking incredible. The people that take the time to dig around into the history of this, like, we keep finding all of these appearances of impropriety. And it would be amazing to me if there wasn't something illegal here, but I'm not going to go so far as to claim that anything illegal was done because that's not my place and I don't have any sort of legal background, so I don't actually know that for sure, not from a technical perspective. But how could this not be unethical? That's my question. How could it not be? Somebody explain how this could not be unethical. And so here's the headline. STK Global Payments joins the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. So that's the firm in question. This is from March 27th, 2018. Now, it's just a good, 2.5 months later that Billy Boy Hinman gave his Ethereum free pass speech. Convenient. Interesting timing, right? And here's another headline. STK Global Payments announces STK token for proof-of-stake payments in cryptocurrencies. And that was from September 28th of 2017. So they were working on that for some time. And then there's this from the SEC here. This is just amazing here. This is where they get the free pass, effectively. Gotta love no action letters. And so here is what attorney John Deaton had to say about this. He retweeted what Stefan Huber shared there, and he wrote, "Just another example of the insider's advantage. I'm sure Hinman didn't know they were represented by the law firm that he was not retired from, but an active, ongoing profit-sharing partner of. I'd love to see the legal fees invoices for this." No kidding. Because don't forget, what he's talking about there, obviously, is Bill Hinman. He was allegedly retired, but in practicality, he didn't seem very retired to me. I'll tell you that, because he's getting paid millions of dollars while at the SEC, happened to be doing stuff which benefited his former law firm. Then when he left the SEC, he just happened to unretire. Was he ever really retired? Come on. Just don't give me that crap. No, but I'm not that, I know you guys aren't, but I'm just saying. What a bunch of garbage. And so then John Deaton's crypto law organization shared that tweet and wrote the following. A Simpson Thacher client announced an initiative using Ethereum in 2017. Joined the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance in March 2018. The Hinman speech is given in June 2018. The Simpson Thacher client is then issued a no-action letter, i.e. a green light, by Hinman's division at the SEC. And then there's this from attorney Deaton. At this point, you are the conspiracy theorist if you believe Hinman didn't know anything about his law firm's association with ETH or the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. You probably also believe it's a pure coincidence Hinman emailed Joseph Lubin to set up the December 13th, 2017 meeting, which was the first of several. Yeah, no kidding. Because there's some people that have said this is conspiracy theory stuff. I'm like, no. These are just facts and circumstances which are not disputed by anybody. No conspiracy. If you say it's not happening, then you're on that side of the coin, my friend here. And then there was this. I came across this because Eleanor Turret, Fox Business Network journalist, shared this thing that SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce wrote. And I'm going to be brief on this because I have limited time. Maybe I'll revisit this at some point over the weekend. But I wanted to highlight a couple parts because this is the most aggressive speak I've ever seen by Hester Peirce against the SEC. Just ripping the entire approach that they're taking to complete shreds. That's it. And I love to see it. And you're going to love this too. This is a tasty little piece here. So this is from June 22nd, and it's titled Rip Current Rulemakings, Statement on the Regulatory Flexibility Agenda. And it reads as follows. I'm going to cover just a portion of this, and I may very well revisit the rest of this or some of it in a future video. But I wanted to at least get some of this out now. Chair Gensler's regulatory flexibility agenda for the Securities and Exchange Commission sets forth flawed goals and a flawed method for achieving them. The agenda, if enacted, risks setting off the regulatory version of a rip current, fast-moving currents flowing away from shore that can be fatal to swimmers. Just as certain wave and wind conditions can create dangerous rip currents, the pace and character of the rulemakings on this agenda make for dangerous conditions in our capital markets. And then there was point number 1 here. The agenda devotes the agency's limited resources to rulemaking proposals disconnected from our core vision. So before going further, let me just note, she's in the opener, she's talking about how the approach is fatal. And as I go through this next portion, just think, what she's talking about here, how closely this ties to the behavior that we've seen in the SEC versus Ripple case, and then think about how, even though she's not speaking specifically about Ripple and or XRP, because she can't, because it's ongoing and she works at the SEC, I get that. This is some tremendous ammo for, I'm telling you, if this thing actually goes to court, the SEC versus Ripple case, it actually makes it to trial rather than being settled, this is additional serious ammo from a sitting commissioner at the SEC. This is a gift from heaven, right? And so it reads as follows. Check this out. The agenda continues to shun issues at the core of our mission in favor of shiny objects outside our jurisdiction. How many times have we said that? We used to focus on companies' disclosure of economically material information. We now focus on disclosure of hot-button matters outside our remit. We once sought to protect retail investors. We now rush to aid of professional investors. Ooh, pause. What has attorney Deaton been saying here? Think about it. Go ahead, attack as many of the alleged enemies, or at least entities in the crypto space that aren't your friends, as possible. Get prices cheaper so that your buddies have an opportunity to buy, and then provide regulatory clarity and move forward. I was covering that in just very recently. It couldn't be more obvious, right? It couldn't be more obvious the direction that they're taking here. And she's citing right here something that we all know to be true. She said, again, we once sought to protect retail investors. We now rush to the aid of professional investors. Who out there, raise your hand if you feel protected by the SEC. Yeah, no hands were raised, I know. And then she says, we once sought to protect, we once worked to help small and emerging companies raise the funds that are their lifeblood. We now work to increase their costs and shrink their investor base. We once hoped to increase the ranks of public companies by making it less costly and more beneficial to be public. We now look for ways to force companies to go public, since we are making it costlier to go public and be public. See, it's a money grab. All this stuff that we've been saying, it's coming from a sitting commissioner at the SEC. It's a beautiful thing. It's a sight to behold. So I'm probably going to have to circle back around to some more of this at some point, but even just the opening right there, it is scathing. My gosh, you'll love to see that. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.